Welcome back to SST June. Student, in our previous video, we have studied about the north and northeastern mountain. Today, we are going to start our next topic, the northern plains. Northern plains are formed by alluvial deposits brought by the rivers, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. These plains are extended about 2400 km from east to west. There are three parts of the northern plains. As you can see in this picture, it is Punjab plain, Ganga plain, and Brahmaputra plains. Punjab plain is the western part of the plain. It has been formed by the Indus and its many tributaries. Next, the Ganga plain. It is the middle part of the plain. It extends from the Ghaggar river in Haryana to the Teesta river in West Bengal. And the next is Brahmaputra plain. It is the eastern part of the plain. It extends from Assam to Bangladesh. Students, if we will talk about the regions of the northern plain, it is divided into four parts: the Bhabar, the Tarai, the Bangar, and the Khadar. So let's see. Bhabar. After descending from the mountains, the rivers deposit pebbles in a narrow belt of about 8 to 16 km in width, laying parallel to the slopes of the Shivalik. It is known as Bhabar Belt. All the rivers disappear in the Bhabar Belt. Number 2. Tarai. South of Bhabar is the Tarai Belt with the width of 10 km to 20 km. Most of the rivers rearrange here and create a marshy and swampy condition known as the Tarai. The next part of the northern plain is Vangar, the largest part of the northern plain consisting of older alluvium and known as Vangar. It presents a terrace-like features and conditions. The next part is Khadar. The lowest region is the floodplain known as Khadar. The soil here is renewed whenever there is a flood, almost every year. So, this area is fertile and best for intensive agriculture. Our next physiographic division is the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau is a tableland composed of the old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rock. Rising from the height of 150 meters of the river plains up to an elevation of 600 to 900 meters, the irregular triangular is known as the Peninsular Plateau. It is bordered by Delhi in northwest, the Rajmahal Hills in the east, Gir Range in the west, and Cardamom Hills in the south. This is one of the oldest and stable landmark of India. This peninsular plateau has undergone recurrent phases of upliftment and submergence accompanied by crustal flaunting and fractures. The northwestern part of plateau has a complex relief of ravines and gorge. The ravines of Chambal, Bhind, and Murena are some of the well-known examples. The peninsular plateau can be divided into three broad groups. Number 1, the Deccan Plateau. Number 2, the Central Highlands. And the number 3, Northeastern Plateau. Number 1, the Deccan Plateau. This triangular landmass lies to the south of the river Narmada. The broad base of Satpura range from its north, while the Mahadev Hills, the Kemur Hills, and the Mekal range from its eastern extension. The Deccan Plateau is broadly by Western Ghat in the west, Eastern Ghat in the east, and Satpura Mekal range and Mahadev Hill in the north. Annamudi, 2695 meter, the highest peak of Peninsular Plateau, is located on the Annamalai Hills of Western Ghats, followed by Doda Beta 2637 meter on the Nilgiri Hills. Second, the Central Highland. Central Highlands is bounded by the Aravalli Range to the west, the Satpura Range on the north, generally at an elevation varying between 600 meter to 900 meter. This forms the northmost boundary of the Deccan Plateau. Third, the northeastern plateau is in fact an extension of the main peninsular plateau. This area receives maximum rainfall from the southwest monsoon. As a result, the Meghalaya plateau has a highly eroded surface. Cherrapunji displayed a bare rocky surface devoid of any permanent vegetation cover. The fourth part of the physiographic division of India is the Great Indian Desert. The Indian Desert lies on the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. It consists of wave-like sandy plains with various types of sand dunes. It receives less than 150 mm rain annually. It has a arid climate with low vegetation. Here, streams appear only during the monsoon season. Luni is the only large river in this region. On the basis of the orientation, the desert can be divided into two parts. The northern part is sloping towards Sindh and the southern towards the Rann of Kutch. Most of the rivers in these regions are ephemeral. Low precipitation and high evaporation makes it a water-deficient region. There are some streams which disappear after flowing for some distance and present a typical case of inland drainage by joint a lake or playa. This desert is known as the Thar Desert. Our fifth physiographic division is the coastal plains. India has a long coastline of approximately 6,100 km. It can be divided into two parts, the western coastal plain and the eastern coastal plains. The peninsular plateau is bordered by narrow coastal stripes running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. The western coast, which lies between the Western Ghat and Arabia Sea, is a narrow plain. It consists of three sections. Number 1. Northern part of the coast is called the Konkan. Number 2. Central strait is called the Kannad Plain. And the number 3 is the southern stretch is called as Malabar Coast. The plains which lies along the Bay of Bengal is more wide and level. In northern part, it is known as northern part. It is called as Coromandel Coast. Rivers like the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri have formed extensive delta on this coast. Lake Chilka is the largest saltwater lake on the eastern coast, Odisha. It is famous as a winter home for migration birds. Our last physiographic division is the Iceland. India has two island groups. These are the Lakshadweep Island group and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Number 1. The Lakshadweep Island group. It lies close to the Malabar coast, Kerala. This group of islands is composed of small coral islands. Earlier, they were known as Lakshadweep, Minicoy and Amandi. In 1973, these were named as Lakshadweep. Kavaratti Island is the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep. Number 2. The Andaman and Nicobar Island. They are two chains of densely forested islands. The Andaman are bigger in size. They are more numerous and Scattered. The entire group of Iceland is divided into two broad categories, the Andaman in the north and the Nicobar in the south. India's only active volcano is found on Barren Island in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. So student, it was the chapter Structure and Physiography. Hope you understood this. In next video, we will continue with our first book, Fundamental of Physical Geography. So keep watching SST June.